Hi everyone, Bethany here with Atlantic Flag and Pole, and I'm answering frequently asked questions. Today's question is, how do I know what height telescoping flagpole to buy for my yard? That is an excellent question, and actually one that I have received a lot over the years. And so I've picked up some very helpful tools that you can use to determine the very best size Phoenix telescoping flagpole for you to choose for your yard. Now we offer 15, 20, and 25 foot flagpoles. That is the above ground height. And typically, I would say the standard that's recognized in general in the flagpole industry for residential property is 20 feet. So our best selling flagpole is our 20-foot black bronze. It happens to be the dark color. That is the most popular. But the 20-foot size is the average height for a residential property, okay? Now, we sell 25-foot flagpoles to folks for their homes all the time. So it really kind of depends on what exactly you're looking for. So a couple of things that I encourage you to take into consideration when choosing the right size flagpole for your property are as follows. Number one, how close are you going to have your flagpole installed to your house? So keep in mind that both our 20 and 25-foot flagpoles come standard with the 4x6 American flag, and also have the option to fly a second flag underneath. Our 25-foot flagpole actually has the option with our third flag attachment kit sold separately to fly a third flag. So these are things you want to keep in mind when determining where your flagpole is going to be in relation to your house. I would recommend at least 6.5 to 7 feet distance away from your actual home, keeping in mind roof lines and whatnot when installing your flagpole. So that way, if you're even just flying the average 4x6 flag that's included in your 20 or 25-foot flagpole kit, when the wind is blowing, your 6-foot wide flag is able to flow freely without coming close to hitting your house, okay? So the same is true about any other structures in your yard, sheds, electrical poles, trees. These are all things you want to keep in mind. So where you are installing your flagpole and what size flag you're flying is going to play into that as well. So number two, how big is your home? So the 20-foot flagpole is great for an average sized house. So I have a ranch, 1-story home, and the 20-foot flagpole looks excellent out front of my house. Now, I have a friend who has a 2-story, really large home, and the 25-foot flagpole really looks beautiful. So the height of your home and where your roof line falls is also something to take into consideration when choosing the right size flagpole for your specific property. How about visibility? Visibility is the next thing I would encourage you to take into consideration. If you are using this flagpole for a small business, or you've got a property that's like visible from like the highway, these are things you want to take into consideration with determining how high your flagpole is going to fly so that the flag can be seen. Maybe you have some short trees and you want to make sure that you're up over the trees. Then you would want to go with a taller flagpole. And of course, keep in mind, not only is there the width of your flags that are attached, but there's also the height. So if you have a 20-foot flagpole with the 4x6 on top and then the 3x5 kind of industry standard underneath it, you've now got 7 feet of height of flag on your flagpole, okay? So that's 13 feet of flagpole before you hit the upper 7 feet of flag. So that's another thing. Visibility is very important to keep in mind. And then lastly, I would highly encourage you to consider the potential of any kind of HOA regulations. So there is actually legislation that exists, that has passed, that ensures that all American citizens, regardless of their neighborhoods and whatnot, all American citizens actually have the right to fly the American flag in their yard, on their property. However, many people are a part of homeowners associations that have specific requirements for what size flag and what kind of flagpole or what size flagpole. So they've sold a lot of 15-footers to folks who live in smaller neighborhoods that their HOA does not want them to have anything over a certain height. So you're going to want to look into that as well, and also check out a different FAQ video specifically addressing homeowners association regulations and how you can address that. Okay, so that's a separate video. But that is my recommendation for choosing the right size Phoenix flagpole for your yard. And another helpful, fun little tool that you could do if you're a visual person and you need to really be able to see it is get yourself a helium balloon and tie a string to it and float that bad boy up in the air, and then you can kind of get a visual of where you would like your flag to be flying or how high you want your flagpole. And then of course you can just measure the string that you're using to attach it to. So that is one kind of helpful little trick that you can use to get a little bit of a visual for where the top of your flagpole may lie. Okay, I hope this was helpful to you. Go ahead and check out atlanticflagpole.com for more helpful tips and to check out our current sales and product offerings.